Hello. Let's see here. Hi, guys. Did I do it? No, let's see. I did it. We are on. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Jasmine brand. Another interview, which, I'm excited about as well. Hi. Hi. I will ask you in advance, please let me know if if I happen to have any technical difficulties, if I'm blurry, if I'm gonna go out. Hey, if you see me going out, please by all means let me know so I can try to rectify the situation before we get going. Hi everybody. Love Island winners. Oh wow, okay. So you want to hear from Love Island winners. I see. Hello. Hi. So yeah, we're gonna go live with Trina Braxton. If you guys have any questions, and try to be unique in the way that we're thinking about the questions. If you have anything that you have just been curious about from her, because it's been a long time that we've been watching Trina, feel free to write that below. Hello. Hi. Can you guys see me okay? Thumbs up if you can see me. See me well. Greetings to you. Greetings to you. Thank you for the thumbs. Thank you for the thumbs. So you guys can see me okay. We are just a few minutes away. Hey Trina. You got a couple minutes if you wanna do a few things before we get started. And definitely you guys feel free to put your questions. Oh, that's a good one. I'm so sorry I can't pronounce your name, but I like that question. I like that question a lot. Okay, so Trina, go ahead and send me a request, and let's see if you did that or not. And send me a request, and then we will go live. Trina, I like that. Okay, come on now with the she is here and ready, folks. She is here and ready to talk to y'all. Let's see. It's going down. Somebody said it's going down. I could always even send you, Trina. Let's see. There we go. So Trina, whenever you're ready, go ahead and accept. Here she
Oh,
is.
am I too early?
No, you are good. You are in the building. I mean, 1 minute early ain't never too bad.
I'm one of them on time folks.
I like that. You see, I was in here 5 minutes ago. I'm trying to be, you know what I'm saying, prepared for you.
Gotta keep it cute to put it on mute.
How you doing?
You know what? I have no cause to complain. What about you?
I'm actually fantastic. Thank you so much. The weather here in California is beautiful. And, outside of allergies, I'm good. I'm great.
Woo,
so
you and me both. You see my eye?
Yes.
It's acting a whole fool. A whole entire fool. This eyelash came off, but I promise I don't care. I left it off.
You know what though, Trina? You're touching on something right there, because I want to talk to you about this. The fact that you feel like everybody's homegirl. You get what I'm saying? Like, you've been on our screens in our homes, our living rooms has been about 9 years, a little over 9 years. Outside of the music standpoint, you've been on our screens for a while. So you do feel like the homie, and you feel like you could just take your eyelash off and just hang out.
I'm going to be honest. I'm the only person I know how to be. I can't put on airs for anybody. You just have to take me or leave me as it is. That's just it.
I know that's right. Well, I love it. You do have a birthday coming up.
I do.
Okay, so happy early birthday. Do you have any wishes, any hopes for your birthday?
You know what? I don't. Especially with this pandemic going on, it's just so difficult to make plans. You know, we might be open to one border one day, not open to another border another. So it's just like, I would rather just sit and enjoy and spend time with my kids and all that other stuff. So
yeah. Okay. Well, we'll toast it up for you from afar. We'll do a virtual toast for you.
Yes.
All right. Since we homies and everything.
That part.
Yes. Okay. So congratulations on another season, season 7 of Braxton Family Values. I think is fantastic. It's one of the shows, obviously there's just a tremendous amount to choose from now of reality shows, but it's one of those that we've sort of identified with one of the not the characters, one of the people in your family. So there's always something to talk about, always something going on. But this season is surrounding you and your wedding to Vaughn. Congratulations on your marriage.
Thank you very much. Thank
you. How's married life going?
Well, it has its moments, just like anything else, and especially being newlyweds during this pandemic, it's like, one day it's just like, let's lay in the bed all day and watch TV. And then it's like, I hate you, Jody,
Right. Well, that's actually one of the things people talk about most is being so close to their spouse or significant other in this pandemic. So, I mean, I guess it's all the way around, right? Because you're not traveling much these days.
We're not. We wrapped up in California a few weeks ago, so we're not doing much traveling. And any pickup things they have to do, they're doing it, via wherever everyone stays respectively, especially because of this COVID pandemic. So we were in California for a substantial amount of time, but after we finished wrapping that up, it just kind of went back to, segregating everyone because of the pandemic.
For sure. And I'm actually glad that production for a lot of shows has continued, obviously in the safest way possible, but it's been good, I think, for everybody, for people like you who have shows and productions and things like that on, so you guys can bring it to us in our homes. So happy to hear about that for sure. Now, Trina, I know that there's been so much talk about reality shows, and both negative and positive. What are some of the things that you're most happy about that reality shows, or your particular reality show has done for you?
Well, reality show for me has had several positives. The first one was that I got to work with my family and get a check for it.
Yes.
The downfall was I got to work with my family, because at the end of the day, it's not an ensemble cast that was put together. It was ensemble cast where we have to live a reality even after all the cameras are shut off. And if we're upset with each other, we have to take it home.
Yeah.
And get that phone call later. I can't believe you said that. I'm mad at you. I'm not talking to you till tomorrow when we go film again. Or, one of those cases. And it's a very real situation for us. Yeah. But it also allowed me to take that second step to where I wanted to be in my career. And, even though I already have a degree in business, I already have a degree in communications, it still allowed me to do some things individually that I was never really able to do prior to doing the show. Not to say that it wouldn't have happened, but I'm not sure if it would have happened in the way that it happened or as expedient as it happened.
Okay, no, that makes sense. And I know part of what you're referring to are your businesses, and we'll talk all about that because I feel like I'm just so proud of you. I mean, we've been watching your journey with going to school and graduating, getting your degree, all of that into all of the other beautiful things that you've done. Tell me this: 7 seasons ago, is there anything that could have prepared you to whatever reality has done for you? Is there anything that could have prepared you? And the reason I asked, Trina, is there are a lot of people, no matter what kind of negative things or positive, once again, that we've heard about reality shows. Is there anything you would say to them or help them with to prepare? Or is there a way that you can prepare for reality TV?
Well, one of the things I'm going to say about reality television, a lot of people say, oh, that's not me. It's editing, this, that, and the other. But people can't use what you don't give them.
That's true.
And the thing is, you can have a moment of perpetuity where you're like, oh, well, they keep making me look this way or they keep making me look that way. No, if you don't give them that every week or every time the cameras come on, then they're not going to be able to show you in that light. So.
Okay. All right. I mean, that's fair. That's definitely fair because, I think there is a lot of truth to that. If it never came out of your mouth or if it never happened, they wouldn't be able to spin it in the way that they do. Am I right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah. And there's absolutely no shade to it. I mean, like, think about it. The the first 2 seasons, I'll even say, of Braxton Family Values, they wouldn't be able to say, oh, Trina drinks too much if I didn't have a cup in my hand every time you saw us filming. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it was up to me to change that outlook that people had about me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Or it's up to me to depict myself the way I wanted to be viewed. So I can't blame you guys or anyone else for saying whatever they said about me if I didn't give that information to them.
Okay. Now, Trina,
Yeah.
do you think you have an accent or no? Are we tripping?
I think there are a lot of Marylanders that talk the same way I do. And I've spoken, if you look at like the interviews from 20 years ago from the Braxtons, I still talk the same.
Yeah, well, this has been you from the very start. I mean, we've always seen it. This is who you are. This is how you talk. But there was a comment in our from our viewers right now. She says she calls it a Canadian accent, and I'm not sure if that's what it is. But she says you're the only one in your family that speaks that way. Where did that come from?
You know, I think we all have our own personalities, and I don't speak like Tamer, I don't speak like Twan, I don't speak like Tracy, I don't speak like Tony, I just speak like Trina. But let me tell you this, you get me in the right situation, that sister girl is going to come out. I'm telling you right now, don't rub it wrong.
Don't rub you. What rubs Trina wrong though? What rubs Trina wrong? So just so we know.
The only thing that rubs me wrong is when I see someone picking on the underdog. I don't like that kind of stuff. That really gets my goat, because guess what? If I call someone ugly, that doesn't make me any prettier. And who are you to determine what makes someone ugly? Maybe your personality's ugly. How about that? I don't like that.
So you'll stop in the grocery store. You will stop, at a park. You will stop anywhere. If you see someone picking on the underdog, you will stop and say, leave them alone. The sister girl will come out in you.
Well, I have to be honest. While I would love to, we don't live in that kind of climate anymore. We used to back in the day, but everybody is carrying something. And while you're trying to defend someone else, you might, quote unquote, got. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, you laying in a pool of blood because you're trying to help someone else. You know, but the only thing that you can do is, if you see someone in a moment of disjustice, find something about them that you can say positive. It costs nothing. It's absolutely free.
I like that. Because you're so well known now, I mean, I'm sure in Atlanta, but like we talked about, I mean, you guys are just everywhere. You've done a lot of music for years and you have a lot of fans. Do you have interesting moments where people come up to you, or can you share something like that? One of your interesting moments with a fan?
More than interesting, I'm going to say rude.
Okay.
One of the rudest things that anyone can say to me, and I think sometimes they actually mean it as a compliment, but they're like, oh my gosh, you're so much thinner in person.
Okay. Right. That's not it. That's
it's like,
not cool.
Thanks.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah, that's an interesting one. That is rude.
Yes. I mean, it's not my fault that TV adds 50 pounds.
Right. Well, I mean, and we've seen you fluctuate, as well. So I mean, but again, this kind of goes back to what I was saying about you earlier. You just seem very comfortable and happy with who you are, and I like that. That's the homegirl part of you.
Well, the crazy part about it, and I'm just going to be honest about it. When I was going through my second divorce, and then that's when the weight started, because when Braxton Family Values began, we all know I was a little, more slender. Then when I was going through my divorce, it was a very public divorce, and I'm one of those comfort eaters. I pray to God sometimes I'm one of those people who lose weight when they, get depressed or going through stuff. That's not me. That's not who I am, because I'm not some salad eating kind of chick. That's not who I am. And then when I started to, go back down, and then he passed away, and then the weight blew back up. And then next thing you know, then I found myself in another situation, and then the happiness started again, and then the weight starting to go back down.
Okay, understood. And I know that you and your family have showcased therapy. You guys have all been in therapy as a family. Yes. Do you believe in individual therapy? Have you ever attended, for yourself?
Oh, I believe in individual therapy. See, the thing is, when you have collective therapy, or when you have group therapy, everybody's not always in the same place at the same time.
True.
So you have to get yourself in the place to where you are receptive to healing. So if everybody comes in gang therapy or group therapy, when everyone's not in the same place, then no one is going to get healing. You have to get healing for yourself before you can get healing collectively as a group. I firmly believe that.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for sharing that too, because I believe that the more people, especially with big platforms and great, powerful voices, that they can share the message that therapy is okay. And I think that's something that we could all learn from when we're dealing with mental health issues and things like that. So thank you for sharing that. There's another interesting question. Are you a Scales now, or are you staying Trina Braxton, which is your husband's last name?
I am Trina Braxton -Scales.
Ooh, boom. Okay.
Yes, because guess what? No matter which name those checks come in, I can always put them in the bank.
Okay, wait. So how has your husband now adapted to the family? You know, we've heard before on your show that when a man comes into one's life, he is now a part of all the sisters' lives. So how's everyone taking to Vaughn?
Well, Vaughn is a different kind of dude. Okay. He's very outspoken. Whatever he feels, he's going to say. That's not always conducive. It's not always a good thing. It just isn't. But he's not a 12-year-old. He's 52 years old. You know what I mean? And he's kind of set in his ways about what he wants and what he thinks and what he likes and what he's accustomed to. And just because they're my sisters does not mean he's going to say an answer that's favorable to anybody and anyone in the family. He says what he has to say, and then that's just what it is.
Okay. 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 And I like the way you just left it just like that. There's nothing more that needs to be said. That's your man.
There's a period. There's a period. Right
That's
there.
right. There's a period on that. Okay.
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken, you did meet Vaughn when you were building Bar Chicks in Atlanta. Is that correct?
No, Bar Chicks was already open when I met him. Oh, I met Vaughn 3 years ago.
You know what? Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm thinking of the wrong episode. Trina, is the wrong.
Yes, no worries. I met him through a mutual friend that's in my neighborhood, and it's been going since then.
Okay, well, speaking of Bar Chicks, I know that you guys are you're moving to East Point in Atlanta pretty soon. So talk about that and that endeavor for you.
Well, it was supposed to be open in October, this past October, but that did not happen due to COVID. But so many things shutting down, couldn't get your permits, you couldn't have anything done. Hopefully it'll be done by mid-2021. That's the prayer. But everything happens for a reason, because if we did not pick that time that we did to transition, we might be closed forever, because it might have just gone like flatline. You know what I mean? So everything happens the way it's supposed to. So while we do this transition, and things are going to be so much different this time. It's going to be super de-duper.
Super de-duper. I love that. I love that word. We can say a whole lot about you, Trina. We can call you the life of the party. We can say the home girl that we feel like we've known for years. But one thing we cannot say about you, Trina Braxton, is that you are scared, because you aren't scared to open up your businesses. Okay, like you get to the money, you get to your passions, and I love that. So I want you to talk about some of your businesses, and I do have a question.
Okay, while we were
go ahead.
You want to ask the question first?
Later. Well, I'll ask you after you tell us about your businesses.
Okay, while Bar Chicks was still open in Duluth, we discovered a new hot sauce. There were wings there at Bar Chicks.
Yes.
And so while we were there, we discovered our own hot sauce. So we have our hot sauce line, and this is the new packaging for the 3 flavors we have. Ooh, we have the regular, we have extra hot, and we have, say it again?
So are all 3 of those flavors in one box?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, y'all go ahead and get y'all some Bar Chicks hot sauce.
Yes, and if you guys want to, you can wait for Black Friday, because you have all 3 flavors for a sale price, so it's very exciting.
Okay, yes.
So while we were there, we discovered, my partner Tay and I, we discovered the mild flavor, and then we went to an extra hot, and then we made a honey pepper. Right now we're working on a black truffle flavor.
Ooh.
Yes. And And while we were doing that, we also had a bourbon wing. And we were already working on a bourbon before because it's been in the casks for 5 years now, and now it's finally on sale. And this is Bar Chicks as well. And that's the Bar Chicks bourbon.
Yes. And that's vanilla pecan, is that right?
It's vanilla pecan. Woo! And it's geared especially towards females, just to introduce them to scotches and bourbons and whiskeys and the brown liquor. Not Hennessy, VSOP, but it's sweet. And the slogan for this is taste the sweeter side. So it's a great way to introduce people to bourbon if they've never really been bourbon drinkers or whiskey drinkers or lovers. So it's very, 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 very amazing. I almost want to take a shot at it right now, but I will not because I'm being professional.
I wouldn't mind, just to let you know. Okay, tell us about, you have a beautiful,
no.
You have a beautiful
and the thing is,
candle line now.
Yes.
Tell us
I
about
do.
that.
Essence.
Oh my goodness. Okay. And I love the packaging, Trina.
Oh, thank you very much. You know, we pay attention to detail over here. I try to, no, I'm not even trying to be funny because I want things the way I would want them.
Yeah.
If I were to receive a package, and I'm not going to not do something for the consumer that I wouldn't want to receive myself. So we spend a lot of time, we put a lot of effort. Someone's asking where you can get it. Everything that I've been talking about right now, you can get on TrinaBraxton.com. So I don't want to take anything away from this interview that we're doing, but just know that you can get everything on TrinaBraxton.com. There's a link to everything.
Yes. Well, that's definitely important. So do you have different scents, or are you specializing in one scent for your customers?
No. Right now there are 4 different scents. We're about to do some reeds now as well, and a whole soap. And and even though it's called Essence, I have a company that's called Braxton Beautiful. So we'll have some other things coming out under that line as well. So I'm very, very, very excited about it.
I can see it all over your face. Okay, so Trina, so Trina, the question that I had behind this is, we've seen so many professional, successful people, organizations, companies go for something really big. And for you, you've had a couple of different very successful careers, you know, one as a singer, another as, you know, your show has taken off and has become, you know, a hit, but you're still not afraid to jump out there, and you're still not afraid to just, you know, go for it. And I know some people, and I've spoken to a lot of people who are like, they're a little bit hesitant because what if this isn't as successful as that? What is the thing that kind of keeps you on the edge and still saying, like, let's just go for it?
Well, because you fail 100% of the time if you don't try. And if you don't try, you know, here's the thing. Some people, they always talk about how they are just so afraid of failure. Sometimes you can be afraid of success too.
Yes.
And, you know, you just need to try. You just need to step into that water and see what works. Everything's not going to always work. Everything's not going to be perfect. But you have to keep at it. And anything worth having is worth working for. You got to keep at it. Okay, things didn't go great this quarter. Guess what? You put out some new flyers. You do some, you know, call to attentions and things like that you need, you know, to make it do better next quarter. You don't just give up. You don't just stop. You keep going.
You preaching a whole word over here now, Trina. Okay, that's a whole word. Seriously, the fear of success can be very, very real for some people. So, you know, I'm happy that you say that, that you give that to our viewers today. And gosh, I'm excited for what more there is to come, because I know you've run the gambit, right? You've done it all. I know that you were a co-host on Sister Circle.
Yes.
Are you interested in doing more hosting for you know, daytime television or nighttime?
I definitely would. It was such a great experience for me. I would love to do that again. As you all know, I have a degree in communications, so it works well, you know, and everything else that I do as well. But I would. Okay, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
I would love to host a game show. I think I would have been amazing on Supermarket Sweep. Okay. I love Supermarket Sweep.
That is right up your alley. That's right up your, I mean, I'm not even joking. I'm not blowing no smoke. That is right up your alley. Seriously. Have your people look into it, Trina, or maybe have you said this before, or have you not?
I've not said it out loud before, but it is so true.
Then here we have it. We have an exclusive. Trina Braxton wants to host a game show
I do. Wouldn't that be super fun though?
It's perfect for you and your personality. I would watch. I would watch.
I would watch.
You go home and watch. You would do it and then go home and watch.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, so Trina, what more do we have to look forward to? Obviously, we're gonna check out trinabraxton.com for your products and your products. But what more do you have coming up?
Well, I'm doing some things behind the scenes with creative content, and that's exciting for me. But right now, I'm really concentrating on the products we have, right here on hand, and we're working through Braxton Family Values. Yes, you want to use the platforms that you have, but you still want to make sure you have a great product. You want to make sure that it's done decently and in order, and you don't want to be in a rush to do things just to do them. So I'm just pushing the products that we have right now and making sure that they are the best products that they can be.
Yes. Okay. I love that. At this stage in the game, are you able to dictate I hate to say storyline, but are you able to showcase some of the products and things that you're doing with your businesses on the show?
Well, I think it's important to show real life.
Yeah.
That's not something that could be told as a story. It can only be shown in the reality that it's in. So I don't put on airs about anything. I don't try to overly display myself in a way that I'm not. Yeah. Because it's easier to keep the truth than it is to try to maintain and hold on to a lie, because people see right through it. People see right through a lie. You know what I mean? So I do showcase my products, but that's not on the forefront of what I'm trying to do. My son moved back home.
Okay. How is that going?
He's 22.
He's 22. How is that going for you and Vaughn? Okay. So, because, I get it.
I want to walk around the house in my thong and some heels, or maybe no thong and just some heels. I just got married. It hasn't been a year. It hasn't been a year yet. You know what I mean? I just, heels and a bonnet. Sometimes that's what you want to do. Heels and a bonnet.
Okay. Yes. Absolutely. You should be able to pretty soon. I'm sorry. That is so funny.
All this time for sin-free sex, and now I have to stay fully clothed around the house. So
Okay. Well, the prayer for you is hopefully, COVID kind of, because it's probably COVID related, and coming back home and all of that. Hopefully you'll be able to enjoy some of that very, very soon. You're right there in Atlanta. Atlanta it's been huge for the election. So we have a new president-elect. Have you been vocal about that and pushing that agenda? How's that been going for you? I mean, obviously I know that there's a lot of litigation and things going on right now, but as it stands right now, we have a new president-elect. So how do you feel about that?
The only agenda that I have to push is that we all utilize our right to vote. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care who you voted for. I don't care how you feel about the current president and the president-elect. As long as you made your voice heard, you cannot complain if you abstain. Don't talk about anything happening in our country if you did not use your voice and vote. So whomever you voted for, at the end of the day, let's just pray for whomever ends up in office, and pray that God guides his heart and his mind and his spirit, so that whoever he is does the right thing for this country. That's all we need to pray for.
Well, that's a great agenda. I love the way that you said it. I won't add any more onto that. Is there anything else that you'd like to leave our viewers today? What more do you want to say? You want to obviously talk about Braxton Family Values.
I do. The only thing that I have left to say is we've been on for 7 seasons and 9.5 years now, and you guys have been there, thick, thin, good, bad, right, wrong, or indifferent. You had your good things to say, you had your bad things to say, but even with it all, you guys continue to watch, and I thank you guys for supporting us and supporting our family for all of these years and for all of these seasons. Sometimes you like us, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you rhyme slow, sometimes you rhyme quick, but that's okay. We are still here, and we appreciate all of you, no matter what your choices are and who you like and who you don't. But we just thank you for watching.
Trina, I don't know what more to say. I think that's fantastic. Thank you so much. Please send our love to your entire family. Thank you so much for joining us today, Trina.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Okay. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.